point blank.
Yes. And if you didn't catch our first segment, we are talking about finding love through non-traditional means, such as dating agencies,
a matchmaking agency,
online,
yes, or your parents.
Yeah.
Okay,
your parents?
Yeah, we'll see that in a bit. But you know, in today's digital age, there are other unconventional platforms that people meet through, like the internet, right?
Like our lovely couple over here.
Yes, like Victor and Shan met through the internet.
Yeah, well, you guys know that Singaporeans aren't really comfortable with the idea.
No, because everybody in the street goes, dating agency? No.
And you can see like their frown lines.
Yeah, and they start thinking, nah, not for me.
No, but I actually talked to one of the leading dating agencies in Singapore as well, from lunchactually.com, this Violet Lim. And so she tells us all about the pitfalls of online dating and the appeals of it as well. Yeah.
Okay, so check out what she has to say.
Yeah.
Singles in Singapore nowadays, they are a lot more receptive and open to the idea of using a dating service. I think a lot of them see it as, outsourcing their social calendar. Because I think at the end of the day, like a lot of the people who use us, it's not like they are not able to like meet people on their own, but they just see this as like another avenue to help them like widen their social circle.
I see. But like, so basically, you know, before we went from sort of viewing the idea of having a third party mitigate your love life, basically, we moved from seeing it as something negative as now more and more people are opening up to it.
Yeah, that's right.
Why do you think there is such a development these days?
Actually, online dating has a lot to do with it. It's quite interesting because previously, you know, like we moved from the era, you know, like of our grandparents or like great grandparents where matchmaking is really acceptable. It's like the norm actually then. And then we moved to the era of like, you know, free love, like, you know, you should be able to choose whoever you want to date. And then that got like a bit more difficult because, you know, people are just so caught up at work, and that's where like online dating came in at one point. And people just see the internet as something like, oh, you know, it's just so easy, you know, it's like I still can just go online and just like choose who I want to meet. So they don't feel that they are being matchmade. They still feel that I am in control. However, after using online dating for a while, then they start to see the pitfalls of online dating. Because, you know, one of the difficulty of online dating is that you never really know who you are meeting.
True.
Yeah, and sometimes it's like men tend to like exaggerate their height and women tend to exaggerate their weight. No, I mean like try to like make themselves look slim. So I think after a while, some people, you know, they go through online dating process and they, you know, they feel like a bit disappointed. But however, they are already used to the idea of using a third party.
I see.
So that's when like modern matchmaking or like, you know, dating services like ours, like it started to make a comeback because people are seeing that, oh, you know, like I'm already using a third party, you know, actually like this online dating service is a third party, but now I just want to take one step further and to make it like even more personalized.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, now in terms of the response, what kind of people do you guys attract?
Okay, there is a big myth out there, I would say, you know, that people who like join dating services are people who are not able to find people on their own, or like in other words, you know, people think that they are like single, desperate and ugly.
Yes, the famous acronym.
But the truth is, people who join dating services are like, you know, people very much like you and I, like, you know, they are working, they are busy, and like sometimes because of the nature of their jobs, they are unable to like meet the right people. I mean, just to give you an example, like I have had a client, a lady client. She works in the construction industry. I mean, she's not a construction worker, but so it's like obviously like the people that she meets there, I mean the guys that she meets there might not be suitable for her. Or like, you know, I have another lady client who's a teacher. So, you know, when you're a teacher, like most of the times like teachers are like ladies. And the guy teachers, apparently they tend to get snapped up really quickly. And like for guys, you know, if you're in the IT industry or like engineering industry, it's like mainly guys, so you also do not have a lot of opportunities to like meet up with the opposite sex.
You mentioned that you guys have an online portal, right, where singles can go and mingle online. So how about we take a look?
What we're living in, let me tell ya. And it's a world that man can eat at all. When things are big that should be small. Who can tell what magic spells?
When I click on this person, right, you know, for example, you can see, you know, who he or he is. And then like if I have a webcam, then he has a webcam. Then the session will just start. You know, it will last for like, let's say 2 minutes, and then we can just talk directly to each other. And then after that, the window will close, and then he will actually ask me like, do I want to exchange details with him? And then if I say yes, and then he say yes, and then our details will be exchanged. So you know, you sort of know that like there's mutual interest.
I see.
Yeah, then you know you can take it from there. Like you know, like you can send private messages to each other and things like that.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, as with a lot of online portals, though, you do get that occasional, you know, dodgy sort of individual who's just posing as, you know, a person was to date but has other intentions. So, have you had any sort of problems like that in the past?
So far, I would say that things have been going quite smoothly, and because we do have like a report user sort of button as well.
Okay.
So I mean, obviously, it's like if someone have had a very bad experience with this person, they will tell us, and then we'll investigate. And like if we get like you know 3 or more complaints on like a user, we'll like you know put the person's membership on hold so that this person cannot log in anymore.
What do you think is the greatest benefit or advantage of having this sort of online portal where singles can interact?
I think for us, right, even though you know we started off with Lunch Actually First, which is actually an offline portal, I always feel that different methods of dating works for different people. Like some people, like you know, for example, like some of our Lunch Actually members might never use Interact, and vice versa, because you know their objectives might be different, or their budget for using a dating service might be different as well.
I see.
And I think what is so good about Interact is like it's very convenient. Like instead of like you know people having to go for like a speed dating event, like let's say where you only meet like let's say 10 people of the opposite sex at one time, like you can actually meet a lot of people, you know, in one evening and at the comfort of your own home.
Yeah.
Yep.
So and everything is just a click away.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, well, we were chatting earlier.
Yes, and
We were saying, right, SDU stands for
single, desperate, and ugly.
That's not our. It's not our opinion.
No, it's not.
You know,
Yeah.
it's circulating.
Yeah.
People have this stigma that, well, you know, if you join a dating agency or you have external help, you are single, desperate, and ugly.
Is that true, you guys?
No,
No.
you're not desperate, not single anymore.
No. I think it's a misconception.
And I think it's a very negative thought, which is quite harmful to those who are still single.
But why do you guys think that there's this whole idea in the first place?
Okay, when I get to know Interact, right, it was through Straits Times. They say that for like those people who are working, who has no time to actually go outside and meet other friends. So after work at home, right, when you just relax, check mails that time, then you can go online and play games, chat and stuff, make more friends. Yeah.
Okay. So, Victor, like, what were your own reasons for going into the online portal to go and meet friends?
Actually, it was my friend who recommended me, a friend who I met at the SU event. Then I joined for quite a few months, but I didn't do anything. I just signed up for the account, then just left it there for nothing.
What made you revisit the account?
I got bored. I got really bored at work, so I just decided, okay, log in, put a nicer picture, because before that I put up a very geeky picture. I borrowed geeky glasses, those fake glasses, big ones, and wore it and I made a funny face. So maybe that's why no one contacted me all the way until now.
Girls like geeks.
Yeah, you know there are some people now who wear the big glasses. So if you respect your big glasses, you'll be right on the cusp of fashion.
Apparently geeks are now in the trend.
Yeah, geeks are cute. No, but I
Okay,
mean,
Kristine. Now you know, everybody.
no, but I mean, I want to ask Matthew actually, because as like the same thing that I asked Violet as well. You know, what was the stigma that you had to work with when you first started out Go Movie Date?
You just mentioned it, like those people who go into dating agency services are the ones who are desperate. Say they are not. We have a pretty. To be honest, I met some of them, and then actually they're quite cool. They're young and quite well groomed.
Yeah, maybe they're just bored like Victor.
Yeah, they're just bored, and then they told me, say they'd rather go to the legal side that you can make legitimate friends, genuine friends. At least there's some government bodies to watch over it, rather than you hang around at the Facebook or IRC, things like that. You never know who is going to meet, things like that.
You mentioned like regulated. Do you actually screen your applicants?
Yes. For us, Go Movie Day is one of the accredited companies by SDU, so we need to, one of the criteria is scan all the members with the NROC. The main thing is the marriage status. So, and then for us, we do extra step like the mobile, where do you stay, and then we actually send our envelope to their mailing address. So if you're married or you're staying with your girlfriend, then you can't be doing that, right? So there's some of the extra measures that we've taken to safeguard our ladies. Yeah, but these people are not desperate. These people are not ugly. These people are just bored and then
too busy.
Yeah, too busy. Or then there's another revenue to know another portal to know friends, and at their own time, own pace. That is the more important thing. You're comfortable. When you feel like watching a movie, you just click and ask the lady out.
So it's convenient. Like Singaporeans like convenience and stuff. So you can go home dressed in like your worst attire and find a date.
Yes, and you don't know how to show in the webcam, things like that. You don't know how to put a photo in your shorts, and then okay, I'm gonna ask the lady out for the next show, things like that.
But do you? Okay, I'll ask like Shannon and Victor since they did it. Do you think it's easier to ask someone out online than like face to face?
Definitely.
Yeah. It's easier. Yeah.
Why do you think so?
You don't have to get rejected, right?
You get rejected
I mean, the person can see you shy.
Yeah, you get rejected online rather than get rejected face to face, things like that.
So when you're online, you can just put a smiley face and can just run away and
move
cry.
on.
No one will know.
Move on and then ask to send invites to another person.
Move on to the other person on the list.
It's easier than like, walking somewhere and asking someone out and then like having to wait another day to find someone else.
Yeah. Or I know
the line.
I know some of the agency events or things that they do events together, so there's a group. So imagine you're matched with a lady or guy that you don't, first look, it doesn't impress you, and then you have to stuck out there for 1 hour. He's like, I got to go. But online it's like, she reject me, or I see her, then if it's not good, then we can go off because the movie ends and then we can go off. Thanks for the movie. And
True.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think are some of the pitfalls though of like meeting online versus like meeting, like a lunch date, like you mentioned when you have people swapping around?
Yeah.
Do you think it's harder? I mean, what are some of the things you think may be harder to do online?
Online, like you say, we still haven't break through after so many years, the digital age, things like that. Some people still have the stigma that online, probably that's because there's a lot of negative stories. No, there's a lot of negative stories like online, you got cheated, you got conned, things like that. So a lot of people stay away from it. But actually, genuine, I think there's a lot of people who exercise cautious. They know that mature enough, they are IT savvy, they know they do have the exercise cautious when they're meeting people online. That is something, that barrier we need to break and safeguard that.
So we could say that meeting somebody online is for, if you're exceptionally shy or you're too busy, it's better to meet someone online, or easier at least.
Yeah, I think so, because you need to have to go through you didn't have to go through the process of like being interviewed by the matchmaker. Okay, who do you like? What is the criteria? Things like that. Or on the day itself where you are being introduced to this guy face to face, and you are extreme shy or probably low self-esteem, not that confident. You probably don't know how to communicate with the other party. But at least you go online. You can chat with the person first, have a little bit understanding who or she is, and a demographic profile. At least you have a clear idea, and maybe the show that you're watching. So at least you go over there and say, you like horror movies, or you like action movies, or have you seen that part 1 show, or things like that. So it's not so pressurized when you think the person one-to-one. I think that's your bit.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we've heard the pros and the cons of meeting people online and meeting people at walking in and meeting people at a dating agency. But what if there are people who make the choice for you?
Like your parents?
Yeah, like your parents. Okay. So when we come back, we're going for a short intermission, but when we get back, we will see just what happens when your parents decide.